This is D, and Less Stress for Life. That's what's up. Recently, I was talking with someone who was saying that he had an interest in getting his children out of a very high poverty area because he wanted to increase his children's likelihood of success. There was actually an article that came out that kind of challenged what the brother was saying. The title of the article is Associations of Housing Mobility Interventions for Children in High Poverty Neighborhoods with Subsequent Mental Disorders During Adolescence. What I understand the article to say is basically that just because you move out of a poor neighborhood doesn't increase your likelihood of success. In fact, many of the youngsters who moved out of these high poverty areas actually had um, significant levels of PTSD, depression, conduct disorders, all kinds of stuff. And then if you look at the boys, I mean, the boys really, really suffered. The girls did much better than the boys. But I'd like to tell any individual who's interested in getting his or her children into a quote unquote safer neighborhood to consider three things. The first one is consider that there is a difference between poverty and stress. The second is that every place away from the ghetto ain't heaven. The third thing is that everybody ain't going to be happy to see you coming. So the first one, as far as the difference between poverty and stress, let me tell you this, there is a difference. One very, very good story is The World's Richest Caveman. It tells the story of a brother who was in a very, very affluent neighborhood, and he had issues. And not just him, but the residents of that neighborhood and the other kids in that neighborhood had major issues. Like I said, it's The World's Richest Caveman. Check it out. Another thing, Roger Mosley. Remember the actor from Magnum PI? Way back in the day. Um, Said that he didn't even realize that he was poor while he was growing up. And guess what he grew up? Watts. Now, let me say this too. There's a difference between Watts and Disneyland. I get that. No matter where you are, you need to work on resolving the stress because it's not so much about poverty as it is stress. Work on learning how to resolve stress in a positive and productive manner. And that's going to take you much further than any geographical relocation. The second thing, every place away from the ghetto ain't heaven. Do your research. You don't want to be going into a 100-year floodplain, especially if this is year 99. Added to that, is the place that you're looking at a landfill? Or is it a former landfill, I should ask? Or is it near a landfill? Make sure you check that out. Added to that, is it near an animal farm? Because if it's near an animal farm, let me say this right now, pig farms don't smell so heavenly. And the third thing, my brother, the third thing, my sister, everybody ain't going to be happy just to see you coming. So with that being said, you need to be sure that you can tune into some resources that are going to give you and your kids, especially your boys, some positive supports. One ready-made free support group might be a church. But of course, you need to do your research. Not every church is created equal. I say not every church is heavenly, all right? Volunteering is a good way of getting the lay of the land, and putting yourself out there in a positive and productive way. Listen, Boys and Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts most certainly have taken a hit over the years. Just check out your club. Make sure that the den master, is it the den master or the club master, whatever he's called, is a solid brother. All right. They also have this thing I think called Awana, with some churches, and Pathfinders with other churches. Make just check those programs out. Check the people out also. Make sure that the leaders are some solid, reputable individuals. If you have a Salvation Army in your area, make sure that it has some youth clubs. And you're not just dumping the kids off. You're making sure that the kids are gaining some good supports there. And one other thing as it relates to kids gaining some good supports. A brother told me years ago to make sure that your house is the house at which your kids' friends want to hang out. Make sure your house is the it spot so that the kids, whoever, whatever the kids go there, feel safe. Let them have structured silliness. Let them be supportive. Let it be a stress-free environment. But anyway, with all that being said, my brother, with all that being said, my sister, it's up to you whether you relocate or not. But hey, with all that being said, like, subscribe, comment, share. Let me know your experiences if you've had them. Let me know what helped you and your family make the decision to get out of the areas where you were, and let me know what you guys have done to ensure your families being safe, secure, and supported. That's all we got for now. This is D. Less Stressful Life. That's what's up. Peace.